So today's draft, the players to make the biggest leaps this year can be any player, any level, any years of experience. Doesn't have to be a young guy. Can be an older guy. Last year, Ryan Tannehill, we saw the leap he made. All right, Chris, you have a trivia question for me. What do you got?
Okay, well, it's Kyler Murray related, right? Kyler Murray played baseball, as we all know, was drafted in the first round. What position, Mike, did Kyler Murray play at Oklahoma?
Center field. Center field.
Sorry,
Really?
Slugger. Yep, it's left field. At least that's what I'm being
it.
told. I don't know that, but that's just the answer they gave me. So sorry there, Slugger.
Oh, wait. According to Wikipedia, which is excellent because anybody can put anything they want there anytime they want, so you always know you're getting the best information. I'm going to challenge that one. Center field. The fast guy always plays center field. What the hell's wrong with the Oklahoma baseball coach? Do you have somebody faster who was playing center field? Get out of here with that
just
crap.
host a TV
Although
show.
you need
You're
the
not
big
a
arm.
baseball coach, okay?
You need the
relax.
big arm. You need the big arm in left field. Yeah, there's not going to be baseball this year. What else am I going to not watch on TV? All right, go ahead.
Baseball Reference also had him at left field, so Wikipedia and Baseball Reference.
I'd put him at center field. I'd put him in center field. I'd let him play all three outfield positions at the same time. Go ahead.
And right field's the right field's the one you want with the big arm. Just to clarify that.
I thought it was left field.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
right field.
You're
field.
a baseball
listen,
coach, and apparently you
let me
don't
say
know,
something.
So.
Let me say something. Right field is where you get put in Little League when you're not any good, which is a position I played in Little League. Go ahead.
Shocker. All right. I mean, I got to take Kyler Murray with the first pick. I do. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know, what's an elite consist of? I don't know. Kyler Murray threw, 20-something touchdown passes last year? How many interceptions? I should have probably looked that up, but I don't really care because I'm looking for big-time leap this year out of him where I just think, one, it's going to be one of the most explosive offenses in football. Cliff Kingsbury proved to me that he is capable of adapting to the NFL, coming up with new ideas. That was really encouraging to me. I think he's really smart. He's got guts, which I think will lead to there being a better offense. But let alone, hey, Kenyon Drake there. He only got there halfway through the year last year. And, of course, DeAndre Hopkins being there. I think Kyler Murray, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions last year. I think could very easily be 36 touchdowns and 8 or 10 interceptions this year and in the discussion for maybe MVP if the team is good enough, because the team has to be good, but certainly maybe in the discussion for Offensive Player of the Year.
Look, I know we got to move through this draft. I've done a quick Google search, and I'm getting a lot of entries. Kyler Murray, center field. Kyler Murray plays center field, adjusting to center field. So this is a bunch of crap. Matt
You better
Casey's
talk
the
to your
baseball
producer.
guy.
You better
know. You better know what position. Screw Baseball Reference. Kyler Murray played center field. All right, that's fine. Because, look, he's already starting at a high spot. It's going to be harder for him to make a leap. Give me Drew Lock. How do you not make Drew Lock the first pick? He's a guy who played only 5 games last year.
Because you would have drafted Kyler Murray first if I didn't draft him. So that's why.
Yes,
I know. You're such a lawyer, and now you're going to crap on it. You're a jerk.
but Drew Lock has a lot more room to leap.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And we expect him to be great. And he in a limited slice, we got a glimpse of what he can be. And Broncos fans who have suffered through 3 straight losing seasons, that's about to change with Drew Lock. So good for the Broncos to see the talent, to look past the fact that Missouri wasn't very good his last year there. That's not on him. The Broncos they still got to deal with the Chiefs, but they're in good hands with Drew Lock. That's my pick.
No, they definitely are. I think it's a great pick by you. I think if I was to pick second, and maybe you got that trivia question right, I probably would have gone there too. All right. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go off the rails here a little bit. All right. And
that's a shock.
Shocker. I'm going with Myles Garrett. All right. And I say that because we know how the year ended for him last year. He still had 10 sacks. I get that. But I just think between the circumstances of what happened and then, of course, the talent the player has and all of those things, I think you're going to get an extra motivated, wanting to prove a lot of people wrong type of play out of Myles Garrett to where I'm saying Defensive Player of the Year this year. I'm saying like 18, 19 sack type of season. That's what I'm expecting. I am. I just think he's really gifted, one of the most talented players in the league. And I think, yeah, he's going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And also, he was probably humbled by some of what went on, too. And I just expect him to be a guy that comes back with, dominance.
But you said the same stuff last year. Defensive Player of the Year. Are you gonna predict that he's Defensive Player of the Year every year, and then when he doesn't get it, he's going to be your candidate to make a big leap the next year and finally be Defensive Player of the Year?
Maybe,
okay.
I don't know. I didn't know he was going to bash somebody with a helmet, so that took his year away, and now that leaves him available to have a huge leap in the next year, to have huge stats and be a big dominant force. And I think their team will be better. So go on, pick your own pick.
I got a Miles of my own, although he spells it differently. It's Miles, M-I-L-E-S, Miles Sanders, the running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. He had 1,300 yards from scrimmage last year quietly. I think he's on the brink of being that kind of special running back that the Eagles need in order to get their offense where it needs to go, Chris.
Yeah, he is a good football player, no doubt, and I do think they need to ride the running back position more. So I could see a big year, him being more of a bell cow type runner, more catches out of the backfield. He certainly has the skill set to do all those type of things. JuJu Smith-Schuster, that's who I'm looking for a leap in 2020. Yeah, he was underwhelming last year, right? Stats weren't good. I think this year he comes back with Big Ben healthy and has a huge year. I do. They've made some improvements on the offensive side of the ball. Some of those guys are older. I think they'll be able to take some pressure and heat off of them. They got an Eric Ebron in free agency. So I think with all of those things, it's going to lead to a huge year for JuJu Smith-Schuster. I think he makes a giant leap from what he had in the 2019 season.
See, I feel like the term leap implies that it's the first time the guy's ever made a leap. He's already had his leap. And then when they tried to make him a number one receiver, he couldn't stretch the field deep. He's not a number one receiver. They need someone to emerge as the number one guy to take the heat off of him, because he's not going to beat double teams and he's not going to stretch the field. He's very good in his role when he can play his role. He's got to go back to being a number two. So a lot of ifs before you can get it back to the sweet spot where JuJu Smith-Schuster needs to be. Sorry, I crapped on your pick. Last one for me, and I got a lot of different ones I can do. I'm going to go with Paris Campbell, the Colts receiver. Now that Phillip Rivers is there, and look, I'm taking a leap of faith that Phillip Rivers is going to be better than the guy that threw 3 interceptions in a pair of primetime games last year, which I can't get out of my head. But Campbell, a guy who didn't do much last year, who has that chance if the big wall, they built the wall, as you would say, and the running game goes, the passing game goes, and Campbell should get some favorable matchups, and Rivers should be able to get him the ball, Chris.
Yeah, well, listen, I like that. You're right. But no, I didn't think a leap just had to be a guy who did nothing and go, into superstardom, whatever it may be. But Paris Campbell has a chance to be a superstar. I truly do believe that. It's a special skill set. Yeah, he fought through injuries last year. So that's I had him on my list. Honestly, I just thought the fact that he played so little last year and didn't really get on it, I didn't want to use his name in this. I thought there were some better options out there. So that's my one little crap on you, okay? So let's look at the results of the draft.
Now, all due respect, I love you, Chris, but the whole idea of the leap is it's where you start and where you finish. The lower you start, the more dramatic the leap is going to be.
Fall down and then come back and make a leap back up. That's ridiculous. A leap is making
Who else did
progress.
You have?
So
who else did you have? You need to take a leap.
Odell Beckham Jr., big leap.
Of course you did.
Okay?
You also have Aaron Rodgers.
No, T.J. Hawkinson would be one, the tight end for the Detroit Lions, who I think is going to emerge as one of the best tight ends in football this year. I think that's a guy. I think Josh Jacobs is another guy I would look at he could have 2,000 total yards at the end of this year, too. Those would be two other guys that were on my list.
I had another Raider, Jonathan Abram. He missed a lot of time last year with an injury. He was looking like he was going to be special. Their third of 3 first-round picks in 2019. Montez Sweat, the Washington pass rusher, now that Chase Young is there to complement him. Quinnen Williams, too, the Jets defensive lineman. Hey, get out. What is this?
Eat it, Florio, left fielder.
I don't care about I can find plenty of things that say center field as well. So what is this? This is unfair. I throw the challenge flag. We got more PFT Live coming at you right after this.
That's what we do.
Literally.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.